Bonjour and welcome to a Sealy guide where I, Shelly the Seal, will teach you how to play League despite the fact that I've never had an escargot. Today I'll be teaching you how to play Fiora and Iron and not feed, but I already know you're gonna go to Walmart, buy a baguette, and go 0 and 10, so let's get to it. Fiora has a special place in my heart. I used to main her back in Season 7 because she was really strong and really fun to play. She's had one rework, but that happened before I started playing League, so it can be forgotten about. Everyone who remembered her rework has quit League anyways. She currently has 8 skins because she's a French harlot. There's Royal Guard Fiora, Night Raven Fiora, Project Fiora, Pool Party Fiora, Soaring Sword Fiora, Headmistress Fiora, Heart Piercer Fiora, and IG Fiora. Headmistress being my favorite for reasons. Fiora's lore is, oh god, it's fucking long. So Fiora was raised in a very wealthy family in Demacia. She was given dolls, which she promptly gifted to her maids, and dress forms, which she used to practice her sword skills. She grew up noble and respectful, I mean aside from stabbing mannequins, until she was forced into an arranged marriage where she told some representatives of the other family to get bent. This brought shame to her husband-to-be, and they challenged the head of Fiora's household to a duel. The challenger the other family chose was revered and would undoubtedly win, so Fiora's father poisoned him, which was even more dishonorable than telling the representatives to get bent. So a bunch of fucking shit happens, and Fiora challenges her dad to a fight and whoops his ass. Now the head of her household, she does everything in her power to restore the honor of her family. At least from my perspective, this seems like quite an empowering story. She refused to be sold into marriage and used as a political pawn and does everything, including killing her own father, to maintain her own freedom. Fiora fills a good role in top lane, serving a role anywhere from Juggernaut to Assassin depending on her build. She has high mobility thanks to her Q and passive, and is even able to deal out a massive heal thanks to her ultimate. Fiora's passive is Duelist Dance. Fiora identifies vitals on enemy champions, which can appear in 4 different locations on the enemy champion. Attacking a vital will shatter it and do 2.5% plus 4.5% per 100 bonus AD of the target's max health as true damage. Heal Fiora for a flat amount and grant her a decaying movement speed buff for 1.5 seconds. This ability is best used in conjunction with Fiora's Q to poke down your enemy laner or to completely demolish the enemy's health. The movement speed given for popping a vital is excellent for sticking to your target. Onto Fiora's Q, Lunge. Fiora dashes in a target direction, then stabs a nearby enemy, dealing physical damage. Hitting an enemy also reduces the cooldown by 60%. And the wiki nor the client says this, but it will prioritize champions and then the lowest health minion. It's best to use this ability if you know for sure you're going to hit something, as the cooldown is 16 seconds at rank 1. So if you don't hit something, you don't have any mobility for a hot minute. This is Fiora's main engage tool, pops vitals, it's a gap closer, and it does pretty good damage. Fiora's W is Riposte. Ability. Fiora strikes in a target direction after 0.75 seconds. During the channel, she's immune to non-turret damage. If you are parried an immobilizing effect, she will stun the first champion hit for the same duration. This ability is amazing in laying against someone with a predictable stun or root, not so much against a champion that doesn't have any CC in their kit. Riposte's usefulness is determined almost entirely by your reaction time and understanding of the enemy champion. My absolute peak of Fiora was riposting a Rise stun because it was very easy to predict when he'd use it. This is what separates the true French Fioras from the Tim Hortons drinking, snow shoveling French-Canadian Fioras out there. That being said, don't use it too often, as its high cooldown leaves you open to ganks and CC. Fiora's E is Blade Work. Fiora's next 2 auto attacks gain a little bit of range and have increased attack speed. The first attack cannot critically strike but slows for 30%. The second attack will critically strike. Critical damage is increased by the ability's level. This ability resets Fiora's auto attack timer. There's not really much to say about this ability. It does pretty good damage mid to late game, and the utility of the slow is good for dancing around the enemy while popping vitals like a kid hyped up on caffeine popping balloons. And finally, Fiora's ultimate is Grand Challenge. Fiora targets an enemy champion, revealing all 4 of their vitals. Fiora gains bonus movement speed while near the target. If she shatters all 4 vitals or 1 vital before the enemy dies, she will activate an area effect. Oops, typo. It's an area of effect heal that scales with her AD and lasts 2 to 5 seconds, increasing with the amount of vitals shattered. The only reason you should put this on a squishy champion is if you're doing it to get the heal or to get the bonus movement speed. In a team fight, put this ability on the tankiest person on their team. If you hit every vital and you have at least 2 damage items, you'll have done about 30% of their max health as true damage. And if you have Black Clear, most of their armor will be shredded away. Always ult the tank. Now for runes. I run Conqueror, Triumph, Alacrity, and Coup de Grace, then Resolve Tree for Demolish and Bone Plating, and 80, 80, Health, or MR based on matchup. You can switch Resolve to Domination and go Sudden Impact and Ravenous Hunter for a more damaging option, or a tankier option is possible by going Grasp, Demolish, Bone Plating, and Revitalize, and then going Precision with Alacrity and Coup de Grace. For the standard Fiora build, you're going to build Ravenous Hydra, Black Cleaver, and Boots based on matchup. I generally lean more toward Tab Eye as it's much easier to build MR with damage items than whatever AD items you want. Against a burstier team, you'll generally want to build a little tankier, staying with Hydra, Black Cleaver, and Boots, but then going Sterix Gauge and then a couple tank items or AD items depending on how you're doing. Because of her passive, it doesn't really matter what you build, you will still be chunking people for half their health with 2 Qs and an E. But on to how to play Fiora.
But just they're like, not gonna put a ward down, you're just gonna walk in, this guy's crazy.
Well, I should back after I get this.
What?
Oh.
As we both should. Because only getting stuff.
I have $2,000.
Fiora in lane is a complete bully unless you're up against a counter to her, which if you know how to play her well, there shouldn't be too many. She has amazing harass with her passive and Q, and if you overextend into her, she can chase you all the way back to turret. That is, if you don't die on the way. Early in lane, you're going to want to be freezing lane and poking your enemy laner down. If they overextend or have poor positioning, you'll want to hit them with your combo, which is Q, auto, use your E to cancel, then auto twice, and then Q out. If your enemy laner has a predictable stun, you can use it to your advantage with your W. I recommend only using your W if you know for sure it will stun them. Your W is useful as a mind game because they don't know if you're going to use it, and you don't know if they don't know it's on the cooldown, and they don't know if you know that they have flash. Okay. This is such a dumb fucking thing to write. Your W is useful as a mind game because they don't know if you're going to use it, and you don't know if they don't know it's on cooldown, and they don't know if you know that they have flash ignite up to kill you. So save it until you know for sure it'll either save your ass or you'll be able to stun them back and combo them. Mid game you can start roaming mid to help with objectives, and thanks to her passive she'll always be relevant in the game, and as long as your team didn't feed like mine did, you'll be able to start fights and pick off squishies while destroying their tank's health bar, and that's how you play Fiora. Thanks for watching. Comment and let me know what champion you want to see the guide on next. See you next time. Hey guys, this should be the last time I interject at the end of these videos and tell you about how it didn't go how I wanted it to. This one, I tried to go a little more serious, a little more actual teaching you how to play Fiora, but I didn't really like it. I think I should probably stick to more funny edited stuff. I'm gonna try to do other games, so a silly guide to other games and stuff. And yeah, so yeah, let me know what you'd want to see. Yeah, thank you. Have a good day.